morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America. And hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And today, I am going to be casing a card. And I thought I would show you what I was casing from. This is a picture of a card someone posted on Facebook. Just waiting for my live feed to catch up. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Gladys. Or good evening to you. So this I saw on Facebook. And I immediately recognized this paper. It is from a couple designer series paper that Stampin' Up! Sold. And I still have some in my stash. But I do not have this daffodil stamp set any longer. But I thought, well, that's okay. The flower from You Are Remarkable would work well on that. So I decided I was going to use that. But I also thought, well, what happens if I don't have this paper? So I'm going to do two versions today, one with this paper and one with an alternative, because this is a great layout sketch. It can be used for a lot of things. I also don't have, that's been retired a couple of years now, I think now, but the oval punches, I don't have those, so we'll come up with something else to use. Yeah, so we're just going to have some fun and play around. Hello, Paula. Glad you could join me today. Yeah, so you'll see this looks very familiar. I went ahead and I made up some pieces with, like I said, I had some of that in my stash, so I went ahead and cut a piece of that to use. I made layers the way. This is made by Mary Sarver, who I don't know, but that's who it's credited to. And then this piece, these pieces here are a bit wider than that because the image for You Are Remarkable is a bit wider. So let's go ahead and stamp this. And I'm going to do the outline. I'm actually going to turn it this way because I think it's easier to see sometimes stamping that way. And I'm going to bring in some Memento Tuxedo Black. Just stamp the outline like so. And then I haven't quite decided. Let's go ahead with some let's use a couple new in colors. We use Darling Duckling and Timid Tiger, I think, for the flower. So see how that inks up. Yeah, it's kind of blotchy because it's a brand new ink pad. So I know I have shown you this trick before, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to just push. See how much ink there is there? I'm just going to push a bunch of that ink to one end. Liquids will level themselves out, so I'm really not wasting any ink, but this will help me get, I think, a nicer image. Yeah. And I think maybe we will also bring in our mat. See if we can get that lined up really well. There we go. So that's got the darker and the lighter, just the way it's supposed to. The stamp didn't, all the little grooves didn't get filled up with ink by pushing it back like that. So that is a win. And let's see how Timid Tiger's doing for the center. That probably needs some pushing back as well. And there's the center bit. And we're just going to go ahead and fill that in. There it is. And then I have Old Olive for the stem and leaves. And this one I don't think will be as dramatic a change. I can see, you may not be able to see it, but I can see this one's been re-inked several times because it's several years old. And it's a darker color, so the shifting won't appear so visible, I think. But hopefully that'll make a nice, yeah. Yeah, that's off a little bit, but that's okay. It's going to read nicely. So, now, the only other thing is to figure out, I've pulled out, this one's got sentiments, but I think I want to just do more of a simple happy birthday. So I chose this one from Unbounded Love. And I think I'm going to do it in black. Right in the center there. And the part I hadn't gotten to was figuring out what shape. So let me bring in a couple possibilities here. Sorry about that. I think maybe there. I will be right back from running that through. And this one makes its own little frame. Which we may use, or I think we're going to try this. There we go. Okay, let's see how we go here. Yep. So let's see about putting this one together, and then we'll move on to the next one. Come on, glue. This one should be right aligned up with all three edges here. Come here. Get that on there. I don't know why this wants to be difficult today. There we go. Get that on there. Nothing very complex about any of this, just figuring out sizes and colors and everything. Now, where's my picture? I'm always curious to see positioning. Yep. So I'm looking to see, did she cover up that whole corner? She put it up a little higher. So I'm going to do likewise, I think. And this will pop up on dimensionals. There we go. And I will figure out, let's figure out assembling. So these are the new in color flat pearls, and so it's got Darling Duckling and Timid Tiger. Oh, excuse me, gotta sneeze. And I also have these neutral matte dots, and I could do the black, or I could color some of the white with an old olive marker. Let's think on that for a minute. Sorry, another sneeze. Maybe those. I don't know, are they a little blue? Can you guys even see them? Okay, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Let's see if you can see that a little closer. Yep, I like that. Okay, so then I wanted to do a different version as well. And hang on just a second. I'm going to mute this and blow my nose and be right back. I think. Let me see. Okay, sorry about that. See if we can go better now. So, piece in my stash. I thought, well, what's something that's current that I could use? And I decided that this piece of Country Woods, which is carried over again, would work quite nicely. It'd be kind of that neutral pattern. So I'm going to cut that down to size. I'm going to do a couple of cuts here just to, since I have the length to do it. There we go. And I will bring in that piece. That's going to go on there. And thought maybe some Misty Moonlight instead of Old Olive. And that is not going to be big enough for what I'm going to do. That is. Okay, let's cut this piece down. Started here. What do you think? Not quite as dark as Night of Navy, and certainly not as dark as Secret Sea. Let's see about cutting the other layers. Okay, so I like those together. What do you think? I'm kind of, that one's kind of traditional country, and I know this says Country Woods, but anyway, I'm just looking for a slightly different look to it. Let's see what we come up with. Let me find my stamps. Everything everywhere. Yeah, I like the Misty Moonlight too. It's kind of a denim blue. You can see I wear a lot of denim blue. I'm turning this one you'll see why. See how this one's angled more towards that left corner than this one is? And I'll show you why. Towards the end. Now, again, I think this is just a good practice when you're using these. I used to call them distinctive. I think they're just, I think maybe they've dropped that particular name. But these very finely etched designs I think you just get better ink coverage. You can see on this one how there are spots that are darker, and that's the design. It's supposed to be that way, but there's supposed to be somewhere it's just very lightly covered. And that gets you sort of the watercolory effect in your stamping. And that's off again. But again, it's watercolory, so it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfectly lined up, which is good because mine's not. And I think I'm going to swap out all of the colors, because why not? We have a whole rainbow to play with. So I'm just taking a moment to think about what I want to do. How bright, how subtle. What colors work well together. Just hemming and hawing here. Yeah. I'm gonna bring in Pretty in Pink. There, again, you can see on this lighter one, you can see how the ink gets pushed. I'm going to do a second stamping. See how that works. If I hate it, you can just turn it over and start over again. There we go. I actually like that. And I think this time we'll use the Darling Duckling for the center. Come here. There we go. And let's find another piece for our sentiment. Be right back. Grab a piece of that. Okay. So let's glue. So, oh, you like that script? Yeah, that one's okay. There's some I really don't like. But that one I think is good. But I can't complain because all of them are better than my handwriting. So again, I am holding this and anchoring with my right hand before I actually commit to laying it all down and pushing it. And that gives me a chance to get it all set. And you'll notice I'm doing a lot of working, even though I like to make my cards vertical, I do a lot of my work horizontally. Again, I find it easier to see. There we go. And again, we'll put that on there. And again, see, I'm holding with one hand and kind of anchoring it where I think I want it with the other. And I'm able to shift it, nudge it right into where I want it, and then stick it. Okay. So now I need to find the right embellishments for this one. Now I had looking. Aha. These are Misty Moonlight. So this is why I tilted it more that way, to be able to come over here and then down there. Okay, so there's 1 and 2. Both still pretty country, but different colorways, different patterns. I hope you like those. And these will be on my next blog post, which is at nancysniftynotes.com. Today's blog post, the 4th of June 2025, is my monthly blog hop that I participate in. It's not my blog hop, but one that I'm a member of. So if you haven't been there to see my blinged up butterflies and to hop around and see what the other participants did, Bling It Up is our theme this month. I encourage you to do that. If you have any questions or comments and want to get to me directly, Nancy at nancysniftynotes.com. Here on this Facebook page, you can send me a message. You can leave a comment, subscribe, whatever, through YouTube, if that's where you're watching. And I will be back same time, same place next week with another project. See you then. Bye-bye.